What prompted you to make the documentary?
Well, you know, when I was shooting a lot of the stuff that wound up in this documentary, I obviously wasn't really thinking about making this particular documentary. So I guess there's different stages of it. You know, there was me out of my mind on drugs, filming all this stuff, which I thought was just genius at the time, whatever it might have been. Then after my intervention, I got locked up in the psychiatric ward, and you know, the first thought that I had about really trying to get sober was, man, I could do a lot of good in the world, you know, like I can lead by example and just be this heroic recovery guy. And you know, that's just a bad reason to get sober. You can't get sober for anybody else's benefit, let alone the world at large. You really got to do it for yourself. It was the guys I filmed Jackass with that actually staged my intervention. So they've been there, you know, in the good times and the bad. And anybody that's not supportive of me staying sober obviously has to go.
Right.
But on the other hand, there's not really a lot of people that don't want me to stay sober. I mean, I was a nightmare. Like, I was a
Especially
nightmare.
in this town, there's so many people that will leech onto the celebrity just so they can kind of...
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, like, you know, when you go through what I've been through, you find out who your friends are. And I got some good friends, man. I'm really grateful. It's funny, a lot of people are asking me what's next. And I have this sense that to not have an answer would be dreadfully not okay. You know, like, you've got to have something next. Like, heaven forbid if there was nothing next. So I think, despite the fact that I'm going to be doing stuff with MTV, it looks like, the biggest priority for me is to try and reach a place in my life where not having anything next would be okay, you know? Like, because sure, you know, I'll do an MTV series coming up probably. But what comes after that? You know, what comes up after that? You know, like, I don't want to be haunted by the idea of...
the cloud kind of over.
Yeah, you know, I had a real problem in the past with, you know, when Jackass 2 came out, like, what comes next? You know, like, the answer to that seemed like no matter what, it was going to be something that wasn't as big of a deal. It was all going to be downhill from there, and I lost my mind. You know, I had never considered what life would be like after my career. You know, I just thought kind of, oh man, you know, if my career's over, then it's time to die. And that's really what I got to doing after that Jackass 2 premiere. So, I don't know, like, nothing coming next. Like, that being an acceptable answer for me is where I want to get to.